if you look at any chart, it looks pretty nuts with that red folder news. So we'll get going here. I think the trend overall looks like it's probably just going to be down today. Overall here, because like everything ran up, right? So we're probably going to have a pullback, would be my guess. Of course, that doesn't mean just go and hit sell across the board. But yeah, markets just opened. You can see here that 8:30 news across everything, especially gold. Gold was like nuts. Look at this. Like, look at that. That's 8:30 candle. That's crazy. On the 15-minute chart, of course. So yeah, really, really difficult trading if you tried to trade that. And we're getting a big drop right now. Okay, so we have to wait for this to settle down, and then we can find our range, and then we can start. Okay. So what I'm doing here right now is basically all in the VIP course. So if you go to classroom, go over here, it's these two lessons, and then this is my strategy that I use for Tokyo session when I trade that. But this is Nasdaq, and this is US30, right? So we got one more minute here. So you traded US30 during Tokyo? Oh, I never touched US30 in Tokyo. It's there's no liquidity in it. Well, I guess last night there would have been liquidity though because the market was just ranging for Tokyo session, and then London session everything just went up, and then we had that red folder news which took out so many people this morning. Oh, you mean the range? Yeah, it hit the range right now. Really small range. Okay, there's the 32 candle. So we basically have to wait one more minute. And if it gives a short, there's your trade, which is not that great, but it is what it is. Okay, so I doubt it's going to go back up there within a minute, but I'm going to get things ready. I'm trading on. I did a withdrawal from my 50K account last night. So obviously, when you do a withdrawal, you can't trade on it. So I'm trading on the 25K account there, as you can see today. So it's brand new, fresh. So I got to log out of that and then get on my computer screen to trade it. Yeah, so it's exactly at 25K because the last time I used it was after I did a withdrawal, right? Okay. And then I'll do a withdrawal from that one, and then I'll trade on my 150K account. That's kind of what I do. I just kind of bounce around from account to account, and then it's pretty odd for me now to like lose an account, but as you guys saw, I think 2 weeks ago it did happen, and that was like that's happened twice in the last 20 or 12 months. I lost accounts, so it doesn't happen that much, but yeah, it does happen. So that's why I don't just trade on one account. And I like to trade 5 days a week. So, and I have a ton of accounts in other firms. It's just you trade them and then you cross your fingers and hope you get a withdrawal, right? So that's why pretty much I just use Tradeify now. I don't mess with anything else because you guys know I traded with Aqua Futures. I had a 150K account with them, and they wouldn't pay me. So I was like, okay, screw you guys. And now I say that when someone asks me about them, I just say like, you know, don't use them. How many micros is your entry? So all that's in the course. I think it's in day 4. Know your lot size. So this is 25K account. That's A plus setup, high risk, and then very high risk, 50K, 100K. So everything's in the course, guys. Like seriously, everything is in here. I think there's like 17 lessons in the course or something like that. But I know it's hard to take it all in and then remember. It's easier for me because I'm the one that typed everything out, right, and did all the videos, but, yeah, I'd recommend, like, go through it at least twice, and, that should be good for you. Okay, so this is not this trade here happens our Nasdaq trade at 9:45 is normally when it finds its range, but this guy here has found its range, and let's hope that it hasn't, it doesn't do what it's been doing to us the last 3 weeks and just go straight our entire session just range. Um, this Tokyo range is so small that I can't see it not taking that out, and it's likely going to take out these highs too. So it's probably going to range our session. We just have to be careful of the liquidity sweeps. Um, okay, Kelvin, you got to stop talking in your time zone because no one understands when you say 8:32. You have to talk in New York time zone so all traders can understand what you're talking about. So I know you're talking about 9:32 um, because I've seen you say that 8:32 like 4 times before. But yeah, when you're talking with other traders, you have to talk in New York time, which is an hour ahead of your time zone. I think you're in Chicago, right? So your 9:32 trade, is it a sell or a buy? We don't know yet. It's in the middle of the range. So this is the range. If we get a candle body, um, well, basically, I'm going to take a short here if it wicks. Like if it breaks this red line, I'm just taking a short because our target is right here. And if we get a long, I'd wait for a body open above the green line. Okay, that's how you play it. Basically, US30, the range forms in 2 minutes. You'll see this. Go look at every single VIP, and you'll see over 2 minutes, it goes like crazy. It'll go down or it'll go up or whatever. And then it'll go sideways after 2 minutes, which is nuts. So that's when all the volume, basically, the institutions are coming into the market within 2 minutes. They're like, clicking their buttons to get in. And then it goes sideways. So then we just wait for a break. Our target is normally the Tokyo session. So a high or a low of the Tokyo session is normally our target. Or what we do if we're far away from Tokyo session, this is Tokyo session here, this box, we go and we look for fair value gaps. So this is all in the course, guys, right? So, anyways, they're hard to find here because Tokyo session went sideways the entire time. But yeah, you'd look for fair value gaps. And that's basically the trading model that I use across the board for everything. When I'm trading uh, New York session. So, New York session, that's the model I use. And I've put them into the course here. Okay, as I said at the start, they're right here. This is the Tokyo session model. I don't trade London because I'm in Canada. I'm in Ontario, Ontarable, because it's all flat, pretty much. Um, so yeah, I don't really have a London model, but I've traded London before, and London is pretty simple. I think it's the easiest session to trade. You basically just find the trend from Tokyo session. Okay, last night was a bad example of trading London session because Tokyo went sideways. But normally, London session is a continuation of Tokyo unless it's taken out a Tokyo high or low. Okay. And then it'll normally trend the opposite direction because it's taken out, a major level there. Right. So those are all things that you should write in your journal so that you remember. And then, of course, New York session is normally it trades the opposite direction of London session for like if you're doing like say intraday trading or something, that would be a good model to follow. It'd probably have a high win rate. Okay, so yeah, there's nothing we can do here. It's just kind of slowly going back up. Um, we just kind of have to wait for our trade setup, and then if it uh, does go and do a liquidity sweep, and then shows signs that it's going sideways up here, we can take a short. Uh, Yeah, because if it doesn't break out here, it's probably gonna come back right back down and then take this out, the bottom of the Tokyo session. But yeah, basically the model that I teach in the course, like all of this, it's a model you can use anytime to trade. Like you can basically jump on your chart at any time, except for 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. because market's closed, and you can find a trade, right? Because the market's always going to range or it's going to trend, right? Ranging means it goes sideways. Trending means it's either going up or down. And normally you can find your trend by glancing at the 15-minute chart. Okay. So the 15-minute chart right now, because the market just opened, it's like has a neutral candle, right? This is trending sideways. This is trending up. This is trending down. So you trade in the direction of the market. You never trade against the market, which in New York session, a lot of times we have to trade against the market because I'm sitting here and I want to do like many trades and not just one or two trades. So a lot of times you guys will see me actually trade against the market just so that I can do like 8 trades or 6 trades because you'll see that there's 20 people watching this now, but you'll see that people come and they go and type thing. So it's best if I just call out every little thing that I see, which normally ends up being like 6 trades or so over the hour, which is a lot. But they're like every trade setup. I explain the entry, I explain the take profit, all that kind of stuff. So it all makes sense, right? It's not me just like guessing. Okay, so waiting around here when it's doing this is telling us not to trade. It's in the middle of the range. We don't know if it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Okay, we can do things like find fair value gaps. So all this is in the course, guys. So here's a fair value gap right here. So we know the odds are it's going to go up to here, but I want to see what happens here. If a body's going to open above this green line, then I know there's a high possibility. It's one of two things. It's either a liquidity sweep, which means it's going to take out the liquidity from up here, right? Everyone has their stop losses for their short positions up here. So it's either going to go and grab those stop losses, get those people out of the market. I'm talking about the institutions, right? They're the ones that move the market. Me and you, like the billions of us clicking buy and sell guys, we don't do anything. We're not even doing any of this movement here, right? It's all the institutional funds getting into the market. Okay. So you have to keep that in mind when you're trading is that we do nothing when we click a button to buy or sell, right? Our little piddly, whatever position we have, 20K or whatever, it does nothing to the market. It's the institutions, they're clicking buy and sell guys with billions of dollars. Okay. Like this here, this takes billions of dollars to do. Okay. And especially the Nasdaq. Okay. So we got 3 more minutes on the Nasdaq. We want to see what happens if price comes here. What does it do? Okay. And then you guys know I love my Hintakiashi candles because I only have to understand what 3 candles mean and not like however many standard candles there are. I think there's like 20 something standard candles with crazy names, shooting star, uh, hammer candle, all these weird candles. With the Hintakiashi, you only have to learn 3 candles: bullish, bearish, and neutral. That's basically it. So it makes it really easy for a beginner. So yeah, this is the boring part. And some days it's like this. We just wait around and, basically just talk. Yeah, you don't need to know the names of all these standard candles. Like I don't know them, guys. I know I could go to Google, I could go to AI, whatever, and I could say like name every single candle, like not a structure, but the actual candle, and it'll bang off like 20 or 30 of them. And there's a name for every single one of these candles, which is crazy. And a lot of traders spend years learning those names, which I think is pointless. Um, just understand what a bullish and a bearish candle is, and then what a neutral candle is, and boom, there you go. You're a price action trader. Okay, so here we go. We got the VWAP here. So this is like no trade zone, guys. You just have to wait. Kind of sucks. There's very little volume in US30. Yeah, this is what we've been seeing the last 3 weeks. Is it opens, of course, with a lot of volume, and then it goes sideways for our entire session. Oh man. And last night, guys, I did a trade call in here. We took profit on it. Where is it? Right here. But man, it like if you go and you look at the Nasdaq um, Tokyo session, it went sideways forever. We did get a long out of it, So basically, we got a trade from here to here, and then it came back into our range and went sideways for like 3 hours or something. Like, it was crazy. That was our trade right there. So, yeah, just a really difficult trading session yesterday. Really difficult for everybody. And then London trended upwards, but then there was red folder news at 8:30 this morning that took out like everyone that was trading long. It it went all the way down to the VWAP across the board. I think I showed that at the start of the video. Okay, so this is showing signs of that it doesn't know what it wants to do. Okay, I don't trade patterns, but you can clearly see there's some sort of wedge happening here. There's a lot of people that do this, right? And they have these like patterns on their chart. This is the 1 minute chart as well, so it means nothing. But a lot of people are looking at this now, and a lot of people are just clicking buy or sell randomly. But it's probably around here somewhere. It'll break this, and then we'll actually get like a direction. But with my model, pretty much I have to wait till it's here, or I have to wait till it's here to think about even taking a trade. Okay, Nasdaq is ready to go. We can set up the Nasdaq trade. And some days are like this, guys, where you just jump on and then, you're waiting 15, 20 minutes for a trade. Okay. So this is the range for the NASDAQ. The volume comes in within 15 minutes of the NASDAQ open. And we have to wait on this guy. Because of this red folder news here, the market's going to be slow. Like, we knew this coming into here, that 8:30, that's when the move happened. So yeah, we know today's a slow session. Yeah, red folder news an hour ago. And then normally when that happens, what I've noticed is after our session, that's when you get the nice trading, is from like 11 till like 1 o'clock. And then um, the end of New York session, like before the close, it's called power hour. And some people say it's from like 3:30 till 4:30, or the last hour of the market open. Normally, you get a big move then if you had red folder news earlier. So that's another option as well. Is like, say we have a session where we only get 3 trades today, you can find those other times to trade, right? Like after our session, normally is pretty good, like 11 o'clock or whatever. And then that power hour, which is like, I kind of think it's like 3:50 around there. You can Google it. There's lots of information online about it. Okay, so it's kind of at our point of interest here. We want to see what happens. We either want to see what happens here or here, right? So is it going to go back up? Is it going to wick down? Is it going to take this out? If we get a break of this red line, I'm going to just quickly enter a trade, a short position, obviously. I'm not going to wait for the entry model because our target is right here, right? So if it breaks this red line, it's probably going to wick down to here and then go back up. But yeah, you could take a very high risk buy right now if you wanted to. There's a high possibility that it will go back up. Um, but I'm just waiting to see what happens here. If it's going to go sideways more, you've got the VWAP, so we're under the VWAP, which is not good for a long position. But there's a high possibility that it's going to go back up here, as you can see. This would be your target here. Boom. So it's almost at it. Okay. Okay. So if we get a body open above this, it probably will go to here. So I'll put that line back on the chart. Sorry. Okay. If you took this very high risk buy, I would get the hell out of it right now. Okay. Because it's almost hit that line. This is a fair value gap in price. So, in all honesty, guys, the first day I trade on an account after I've done a withdrawal, I don't know what is with me, but my nerves are like not normal. Yeah, the gap is gone in this. So, on the MYM chart, you're saying? Oh, it's almost gone. Yeah. So this is the chart we trade on, right? For US30. All this is in the course once again. US30 is the chart that I chart on for uh New York session. Tongue tied. New York session. Yeah, that gap is gone. Yeah, you're right. So for New York session, guys, only New York session, I chart on US30, I chart on NAS 100, and then for gold, I chart on uh, XAU. Okay, for the new people, and all that's in the course. It could be in the VIP section. I forget. Okay, so Nasdaq, it's doing the same thing as US30. It is just ranging within our range, and if this shows signs of weakness here, then we could take a very high risk sell position. If we get a body open above this line, the odds are really high it's going to go to this line. Okay. So I haven't taken a trade yet, but I did call one very high risk trade, which was here to here. So this is looking, I don't know right now. It could go sideways here, guys. Just took a long in gold. Yeah, gold. I just saw that. Yeah, right here. Boom. Bounced off the Tokyo. Yeah, so gold's probably going to go to around this area, but it's going to have problems right here where it is right now. Okay. So this is showing signs that it's going to come back down. And this might be my first trade. Let me think about it. I want to wait a little bit longer, see what's going on here. Like it it should take this out, right? Okay. I'm going to jump in there. So I'm going to go in a sell in US30. I'm going to take really quick profits. Okay. I'm on the 25K account. So if I make 50 bucks on a trade, I'm good with that. Boom. There you go. Oh my God. It got me out at $31. Anyways, it was at 55 bucks and then I clicked the button. It gave me 31 bucks. Anyways, that's a little warm up trade for me there. So $31, which is nothing. But, anyways, that's fine. The target for this guy, you could hold all the way down to here if you want, but I wouldn't. I would get out of the trade right now if I was you guys because there's no fair value gap here. There's just this level of support and it's pretty much almost there. You got to remember we're on the 1 minute chart. Okay. So, oh, sorry, there is a fair value gap. It's been taken out. It's right there. Okay. So you can see price might stop there and go back up. Also, remember, we're in that like weird wedge formation. So no one knows what's going to happen. Well, the institutions do because they can move the price, but you guys understand what I'm saying, right? This is very, very high risk for you to try and hold a trade. Okay. So really quick profits. Like my profit was like crazy quick, right? Same with this first trade call we did, which I didn't take. Okay. So I'm going to write that down. We had one trade, which I wish I had got 55 bucks out of it, but I clicked the button and it gave me $31, which is not that bad. I guess it's okay. It's my warm up trade, I guess. So we got to wait around. Nasdaq, as I was saying, just ranging. You can't trade this, guys. Don't. I wouldn't even bother trying to trade that. We have to wait for a break. My analysis at the start was everything's going to come down, but if it's been like the last 3 weeks, we're going to go sideways here. And then after our session is the actual trading, which really sucks. But you know, my brain would be a marshmallow if I was to sit here for 3 hours, guys. So I can't do that with you. But we always, if we have a ranging session, we'll always leave with a trade call. And the trade call is probably going to be short, like shorting the market. Uh I'm gonna say I think it's gonna want to take this out. See this low we had here with the open news? I think it's gonna want to take that out today. Like it'll come and grab the liquidity from down here around the VWAP because a lot of people would have bought the market around the VWAP and they would have got lucky, right? So this is the VWAP, the blue line on the chart. Okay, let's get going. Hopefully it gives us at least another couple trades here. And the back of my mind is saying, Drew, just go look at gold. Gold's the one that's moving. Gold's just not my it's not my asset that I trade. I uh I trade mostly Nasdaq, right? And then Tokyo session I trade a lot of gold. Gold or Nasdaq. Okay? So gold, as I was saying, this area here is the area of interest. So it already kind of took that out. So gold, I would be looking for a short opportunity back down to like this area. So back down to here. But it's too early to know just yet. When you doubt, take one lot. Yeah, even on 25K, it's already big, guys. One lot. So yeah, yeah, that's true. It's like, sometimes it's best just to trade on one lot in markets like this where it just goes sideways on you. And sorry, I've been complaining a lot about the market, guys. It's just, like this is how I pay my bills. And it's just frustrating when it just goes sideways. Um, I always like the end of the month. I always have and I have a savings as well. So I'm always fine. But it just, it's frustrating when you're trading on a 50K account. And if you guys saw my results the last 2 weeks, and then, I just did a withdrawal last night, I made $1,400 in a week and a half US. I live in Canada. It's good for an hour a day of working, but like it's not that great for sitting there for an hour trading, right? When normally I can do that in the first 15 minutes of the market open is make that kind of money. So that's like it's frustrating for me. And if you're having a hard time trading in 2026, guys, everybody is feeling that. Like it's across the board. Everyone's having a hard time with it. They're not making as much money as they used to. The new traders are blowing accounts because they're getting frustrated with the market. Models are not working out like they used to. Like our model here of break of the range, US30. If you guys traded with me last year, we were in Telegram last year. You remember like our US30 trade, it would break and it would just, we would have one trade and make like what we wanted to make for the day. Like it was crazy. And that's what it's normally like, right? If you have a good solid model. And then this year, sad to say, but it's the honest truth, this model's not really working all that well. And we end up having to trade within our range. Like I've done 2 trade calls within our range already, right? Yeah, the summer is not great. It's not normal. It's and there's really no one to complain about like for the reason of it. It's you could say, oh, it's the war stuff, it's the political party stuff, whatever type thing, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just 2026 has decided to be a rough year for traders. And someone said this the other day, but who knows? Maybe 2027 will be better, right? Like, look at this. It's just crawling for us, not giving us entries. Okay, so here we could take a high risk buy. Okay, here's your target. Once again, like really, really quick trades. Um, you know, I'm not taking it though, guys. Like you just have to be really safe. But that is a trade. The odds are it's going to go to there. Okay, this is the Nasdaq, so MNQ. Okay, this is the chart we trade on, MNQ. All this is in the course. Okay, you can't be trading with me, guys, unless you go through the course. It just doesn't make sense. You have to go through the course. Okay, so this is looking like it really wants to give us this short position in US30. Uh, is it going to give it? That's the question. Okay, if this goes sideways here too long, then take your little profit you have or take your break even. Uh, because you can see that it should go to here. There's a fair value gap right there. Okay. We do have this wick up here though. Okay. So it might just do that and then come back down. So yeah, you guys do what you like. I didn't get in that trade. Okay. So here we go here. This is looking like it wants to come down and take this out. Once again, guys, it's like high risk. Oops. So, and then now this is going sideways on us, right? So that's what I was saying. Like, if you don't like that trade, just get the heck out of it. This fundamentals, like, it should come right down here. So I'm going to take the short, boom, in US30. Okay. Once again, I'm going to just try and squeeze like something out of it. And there it goes against me. Like, okay, I'll give it a bit of a chance. We're going to put a trend line across here. Okay. If this is a liquidity sweep and it doesn't take out the bottom of this Tokyo, that's going to be surprising for me. If you're not in this trade, I wouldn't get in it. Like, it's going against me. Okay. But it could hold support within this Tokyo and it could come all the way down to the bottom of this box. So that's kind of why I'm in this trade. This guy's going sideways. That's what I'm saying. Like, just get out if it does this. And if we get a body open on the other side of this, I'm going to get the heck out of the trade here. I got a really bad entry. My entry is like around here. Really bad. When I clicked the button, it shot down. Okay, so this guy here, come on down. Just go down. Don't go back up. It's going to be a bad loss for my little wee piddly account if it gives a loss. Okay, I'm getting out of it. I'm going to take the loss on it, and it's a huge bad loss. It just happens to be liquidity sweep, which sucks. Gave us liquidity sweep. I've been talking about that. So this here didn't give the entry model. I've just been talking about this, that the Tokyo range is so small that it'd probably come down and take that out, the bottom of Tokyo. But the model I teach in the course is a body open below the red line. This is the body of the candle, and then you get in. So I knew going into that it was kind of high risk, but I decided to take it anyways. And now I'm down here. I'll show you guys. It's down like a lot, but it is what it is. I know the market conditions are bullshit. So 24/7/47 or whatever. That's my second trade. Um, it still could, like, it could do this because we know market conditions are really bad. It could go sideways and then come down, or it could just decide to go all the way back up here, right? And do this up here. Like, there's a possibility it does that because it's been doing that a lot lately, is not giving us an A. This is an A plus setup, guys, when it actually gives you an entry model of the break of your range, right? So it could do that, is go all the way back up, do a liquidity sweep of the high, and then come all the way back down and actually give this trade. I think it did that to us yesterday or something. I remember that. Or it goes sideways here. Anyways, I'll get another trade out of this thing. Nasdaq, nothing. What's gold doing? Gold's coming down. So I was talking about that you could short gold, right? It's coming back down. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So you can make the decision again. Do you want to take the trade? My bias is like, I really think it's going to give us that trade. So, but I think it's just going to give a wick and then go right back up. So I'm just waiting around here. Gonna see, or it could go sideways, like, just really bad conditions. And you got to keep that in the back of your mind that the conditions are like really bad for trading. Okay. Like, A lot of times, break of the range will not give you a trade, it'll give you a liquidity sweep. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. This is really difficult to know what's up. Like it's so the Tokyo bottom of Tokyo is so close. If it was way down here, I'd probably be thinking about buying here and it going back up. Also, there's this as well. When you look at higher time frames, well, it's taken out a lot of that, but we had this big run up here, right? So I would hope it would take that out and then we could trade long. Oh, there it goes. Now it's going down. Okay. The Nasdaq was, yeah, Nasdaq's just going sideways still. Yeah, see, it really feels like it's just going to take this out and go back up. Um, do I go again at it though and try? That's the thing. There's a little wee mini trend line going across here. Yeah, I think I'll give it a go. Okay, I'm going to get back in there with another sell. This is really, really freaking high risk trading today, guys. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay, this chart's going down, but the chart I'm on is not. Oh my god. Okay, there now. Okay, it's at $20, $30. And then I'm gonna set a take profit down here. If it doesn't hit it, I'm getting the hell out of the trade. Like it's just so nasty lately. 40 bucks a profit, 60 bucks a profit, 55. Come on, just give us our big dump. We need a big dump. Man, this chart is moving way more than the one I'm on. That is not good. It's like they're separated. Come on, dump down. Okay, I'm getting out, guys. I really don't like it. Okay. Anyways, I got out here. Um, Still, like it's not giving. It's weird. Like you guys see how much it came down, and it hardly gave me any profit. That's really weird, eh? Very, very strange. So I'm still under like 200 and something bucks. And yeah, really, really weird. Like from here to pretty much here is where I got out of that trade. It's pretty much the same distance as there to there. This gave me a loss of like 270. This gave me a profit of like 40 bucks. Really strange. The lot size is the exact same. I guess there's not enough orders in there to fill your sell order. I don't know what the heck's with that. That's kind of weird because I was kind of expecting to make back the little loss, or not little, but the loss that I had there, and it didn't. Gave me a little bit of profit. Very strange. Yeah, the other chart. That's what I was saying. The our this chart seems to be moving slower. This guy than the actual US30 chart. Anyways, it's hit our target. So lunch bag letdown day. I'll tell you that. It's very strange. Okay, Nasdaq is still ranging here, guys, and this is my pet peeve of this month. Is this is the conditions we trade in every single day? It seems to be. Is it just gives us our opening range and then goes sideways for our session? But US30, this is really good that it took this out. Okay, so now we want to see what happens here. There's a high possibility that it'll go all the way back up. Maybe not in our session, but we'll actually get some nice long positions. We just need to see if it's going to go sideways here and not just continue going down. But it did hit our target. You can see there, you know, we didn't sell on this candle. I sold on this one, but pretty much, you know, Nice move. We'll see what happens here, if it's gonna go down even more, but it took out that session, which is good. And yeah, sometimes this kind of thing just happens, guys, and it's just really weird. Like, my entry is here, I got out here. I think this is a bigger move, my trade here, but still, this one was a loss of like 270. This one was a profit of whatever it was, 40, $50, which is crazy. Makes no sense at all. But anyways, it is what it is. You just have to move on with that. Oh, I won't be trading Tokyo session tonight because we have our soccer game, my son's soccer game tonight. And yeah, when he has his practice, I can trade from the car. But when he has his games, I can't trade from there. Okay, so this is doing what I would like it to do. It looks like it's going to give us a long position here. We can't jump in a long from here. It's too much high risk. You kind of have to wait, which this is going to suck. We kind of have to wait for it to get support above the VWAP. But yeah, it should come back up. And I know some of you guys are probably going to take it. So the top of Tokyo session, if you're like, no, I need to trade, because I know most of you guys are doing your test phases, and like, in all honesty, it's like $100, right? So yeah, you feel like putting a lot more risk into it. Once you get in a live account, it's like a different feeling. It's like kind of feeling from going from paper trading to a live account. But I like the test phases because it is something, right? Like, you kind of get rewarded when you win, because then you get access to capital to trade on. You're still in like a simulation account with Tradeify, but they pay you out. I haven't heard of anyone not getting a payout from them, which is good. And I know some big traders that do 10,000 plus a day in their trading, and those guys are getting paid out. So I'll stick with it. Okay. Sideways action. Nasdaq came out. It took out our fair value gap way up here. Pretty much, it's almost there. So yeah, this will be interesting if this thing continues down, because if you look at the 15-minute chart, that's the bottom of this last drop where it went sideways forever. So I would guess it's going to go back up. But once again, that's a guess. So like, this just looks like a bottom here, but you don't want to just be randomly clicking buy. So Nasdaq, we could take a short position. Okay, so I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a short in the Nasdaq. See how that goes. And we'll get our target. Oops, wrong chart. Okay, so it's down. Not that great, but we'll do it around here somewhere. I think there's a fair value gap right there, but I think this is a better right where it is right now. Okay, get the hell out. Okay. Oh my God. Guys, you would not believe this. This was back over 25K. I clicked the button. It gave me 24.9 basically. Really bad luck today. Eh? Click the button and you lose $100 on your trade. Oh my God. So 24.9. So I would have been back to my start of day balance if that had worked out properly. Anyways, I've done 3 trades. My first trade was a loss. I've actually done 5 trade calls. And you remember that trade call I did here in the Nasdaq, and it went sideways. So it did give profit, but I don't think anyone took it. But yeah, that would have been a break even trade. It gave you 3 minutes to get out of the trade basically. And I was talking about, if it goes sideways, just get out of it. Like, so you could say 1 loss, 1 break even, and then 3 profits, right? If you're taking every single trade call, which I've only done 3 trades so far. And yeah, I'm going to have to look into that, because Curtis, I think you said as well, right? That the charts are not doing the same as yeah, yeah, you said it right there. The US30 charts um moving quicker than the MYM chart, like when you're in a trade. Like it looks the same. It's it's just not, I don't know, it's weird. It's like it's not giving us the same profits that it should be. Very strange. Okay, so this is good. This is what I want to see. So US30 is forming some kind of bottom. So if it goes sideways here, guys, go to the lessons, go to market stages, day number 1, market stages. This is where US30 could be right now, is in stage 1, and that's going to go all the way back up. That's probably what it's doing. Like when you look at the 15-minute chart, it's kind of screaming like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to be in a stage 1. Look at it." Right? If we see it go sideways here, and then we could this would be after our session though, right? We take long positions. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. And we know that, even to look at it, to entertain long positions, we want to see something above the VWAP. You could take high risk buys right now, but I think it's going to go sideways here for a while. That Nasdaq is now going sideways again, so our sell was pretty much like perfect there, but sideways again. Let's look at gold. We have another 15 minutes, so we'll definitely get some more trades. Oh, gold is moving. So it's ranging right here a little bit, a little mini range. And hmm, you could go long in gold. It might make a really bullish move up. Yeah, see, it's broken all these highs. Okay. So I would wait for it to go up a bit more. And this could actually be an intraday trade, is to hold gold in a long position. I'd say above this here. So I'll put a line there. But if we get a candle body open above there, it should run up. Like we saw that when we looked to the left, right? Here, I'll put the 15-minute chart on. Like, look at this, right? Okay, you got these highs, you have these highs. This is where price is right now. If we get price trading up here, it's probably going to run up like massive. There's nothing back there, of course. Um, yeah, that could be something. I don't intraday trade, so I don't know if I'd listen to me about that. But like looking at this model, guys, like this actually looks pretty good for a long position in gold. So I don't know, maybe you could try that on like one lot on gold. So this is the gold MGC that you trade, right? Okay, it is bullish. Like, look at this. It's on an uptrend. So that could be something. Boom, for a long position. Yeah, it's at, yeah, I think this is yesterday's high, is it? The 10th. Yeah. Oh no, today's the 12th. That's the 12th. So this is the high from the 10th. Yeah. So when it does this and it starts trading above these highs, then the odds are it's going to go up. It's going to continue going up. And I know you guys love gold. Gold likes to go to levels, which I call order blocks. All these bunched up areas where it goes sideways. Okay. So let's get back here. And there we go. Okay. So the US30 is kind of at our point of interest. And we could get a really nice long position out of this. This hasn't been taken out yet. Okay. I don't know if I'd want to hold all the way to there, but we could squeeze something out of this here pretty soon, I think. We just need price to go above the VWAP. And there's no fair value gaps. This is the fair value gap up here. So it's going to have a issue where it is right now and here and here. So if we get a body open above the VWAP there, there's a high possibility it's going to go up and it's going to take all this liquidity and want to go to here. And then who knows? Maybe it'll break it. We don't know. Okay, Nasdaq still, I'd still call that ranging. It's within our range still. I think we can get rid of this line. It looks like it's been taken out. Yeah, so this is where it's going to have issues. But if it does come up and a body opens above this line, there's a high possibility you can get a nice long position there. Nasdaq, I think it's been doing us really dirty lately on these breaks of the range. So it's probably going to be a liquidity sweep if it does give a short here. But like it would make sense for it to come down, right? But lately it's just been like, as I said, I think it's going to come down to here today and take this out and maybe even touch the top of Tokyo. But just lately, guys, it's just, I know I keep on saying this and sounds like complaining, but lately it's just been doing liquidity sweeps and then trading within our range. Okay, so this is probably it going. It's going to grab some liquidity and then we want to see if it breaks up here. And yeah, I think if we get a body open above the VWAP, I think it will go all the way up. So that would be good. And we got another 9 minutes left. So hopefully it happens and we actually get that trade. And I would have been in profit if that last trade had have given me I don't know what happened with it. It was weird. I looked at my balance and it was 25.20 or something like that. And then I clicked the button and it gave me 24,896. Yeah, so this day for me actually might be a loss, guys. Um, but yeah, Wednesdays are normally uh, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday this year have been that's when my losing days are. If I have a losing day that week, it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. Normally, like the previous years, it's Wednesday is my losing day when I have like an actual loss, right? Because normally I have 1 day of loss a week, and then with the sessions, normally it's one um, loss per session kind of thing. And lately, it's been that first trade, which is very very strange. Someone made a post yesterday in group just saying, "Drew, why don't you just not take the first trade?" I don't know how that mindset would work, like fear of trading, so don't trade. I saw it and I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea, but fundamentally, I guess it makes sense. Just don't do your first trade if yeah, because about um 3 days out of the week, the first trade is a loss. It's really strange. Just over these past 3 weeks, you know. And I know why, because it's liquidity sweeps, right? Because we're kind of waiting. That first trade's always the you know, break of the range normally that we get it. But yeah, I don't think I can just not take a trade because you got to follow your model, right? Okay, so this here is kind of at our area of interest. We just need to wait and see the body open above this blue line. This is the VWAP. So all this is in the course. I don't know which lesson VWAP is. VWAP right here, day 3, VWAP. Okay. Everything I teach, guys, and everything I talk about, it's in the course. So the importance of going through the course is very, very high. It's going to be hard for you to understand what I'm saying. You're constantly going to be thinking about why does he have this line here? Why is that box there? What's going on if you don't go through the course, right? Like you have to master what's in the course to understand. And like seriously, once you master what's in the course, it just becomes easy to understand what I'm doing in the trading. So yeah, going through the course is really, really important. Okay, so we're waiting for our entry here. This is looking actually pretty good. It's strong. The market's US30 is like bullish now. If we get our body open, which it's definitely going to open, you got 30 seconds there. So this would be our area that It might have a problem. This would be our area. It might have a problem. We want it to go to this line up here. And we need a body open above this VWAP because there's going to be a lot of people thinking like us right now, and institutions know that. Like they probably have AI to understand what the average person is thinking. Like think about it. There's billions of dollars involved. They're going to use everything they possibly can. So we know that there's a lot of people thinking like us as well, right? Is that they want a long above the VWAP. So they might there'd be a lot of people getting in because they wouldn't have an exact entry model. And this did go above the VWAP. So there'd be a lot of people buying right now. So I'm thinking about that as well, is that institutions might make price go sideways here, get those people out, and then throw price up, right? So that's why we need to wait for our body open above the VWAP before we get into our trade. So this trend line here has broke. So price could go sideways, as I was just saying. So that's why we need to wait for the entry model to be safe. Okay. Nasdaq. So you could look at a long position in the Nasdaq. You'd want the price to open above here. Okay. And then, but I think all this fair value gaps have been taken out. So I think price is just going to go down. I think we're going to get a short in Nasdaq, as I keep on saying. I think it's going to come down and take this out. So yeah, but if it does have a body open here, it could possibly go up. I don't think there's any. Yeah, see, there's this fair value gap here, which has been taken out by that. This one, there's one right here. So this is where it could come. It could touch this and then go back down. So kind of keeping all those things in mind. Yeah, this is sad. It's just going sideways here. I'd really like to get our entry and get this last trade. We have 4 more minutes. So we might not. Oh, there, it just touched it, the NASDAQ. Okay. I don't think anyone took that trade because it never really gave an entry, but yeah, it took out that. So there's no fair value gaps through here. And I don't like this trade anymore, guys. It's sideways for too much. So it could just continue going sideways. Do I want to risk it and just take it though? That's the thing. Because it makes sense. It makes sense for price to go up here in US 30. See, that's the hard part because we're going to get our entry model here pretty soon, but we've got too much sideways action for this to be a nice solid trade. And there's a part of me too that's telling me, Drew, you would just take that trade to make that $100, to have a break even day, to break the spell of Wednesdays. Right? Wednesdays, if I'm gonna have a loss, it's gonna be Wednesday. So there's your entry candle. As you can tell, guys, it's like pathetic, but price is gonna want to go here. Okay. We know why it's doing this is because of this, right? That's what it's struggling with. Okay. I think I'm gonna take it, just tell you guys what I'm gonna be doing, but I'm probably gonna be stuck in the trade for the end of the session. Okay, so I want you guys to know that, but I'm gonna try and get into it when price comes back down because just my bias is telling me that price should go up here, right? Because of this, like it's taken out that major level. If you look on the 15-minute chart, okay, and we have 1 more minute until this 15-minute candle opens, and it's gonna open bullish, right? So price should go up here. So I'm gonna take it, guys, but I'm gonna be in the trade the end of our session. Like the session's almost done right now. I just want you guys to know what I'm doing because I know a lot of people they only trade, these VIP sessions, and you guys don't trade like on your own. A lot of people, which is totally fine. That's okay. Like trading an hour a day is a long time. So I'm gonna see if price comes back down here, and I'll buy at the bottom of that range. This is kind of higher risk. But if I can get a buy around here where, it's almost there, I'd kind of feel more comfortable about buying here than buying up here, right? Even though this would be a better entry model, but you can see it's ranging here now. Okay. So I'll kind of watch and see what happens. And this is like, you know, I don't teach this in the course because it's not a very good thing to do, but I'm just telling you guys what I'm thinking. Is that the bias is that we should be up here. Okay. So I'll wait for some sideways action here because it's obviously in a range. And if I buy at the bottom of the range, I think it's better than buying at the top, just in case. And I'm pretty sure if I buy here, I can make my $100 back through here, which I shouldn't think like that. Is I need to make it back, right? It's another bad thing. And now it's at the top of our range, and I never bought because I was talking the whole damn time. But yeah, it'll probably come back down there. So it's 10:30, guys. I'm going to end the session just because I'm telling you guys what I'm thinking here. And definitely if I get in this trade, I might be stuck in it for a while. Like it could go sideways here for an hour. We don't know, right? Probably not, but there's a possibility that it does that. It could come back down, could touch the top of Tokyo, grab the liquidity from here, right? Uh, and that would be my exit is if, I buy here, if it breaks this line, a body opens here, I would just get out of the trade. But I do feel it's going to go up. Okay. So that's my bias on it. If you did make profit today and you missed our first trade, that's lucky. If you did, that's awesome. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I'm not taking the trade. There you go. So you can see, good thing I waited around. So it took this out again. But still, overall, guys, I think we're going to go up. Okay. Uh, yeah, I would stop trading if you're in profit right now, guys. The markets are really bad, really, really bad. Okay. So that's it from me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This day I'm going to mark it down as I had a loss today because that's the truth. Um, but I know that some of you guys didn't have a loss. But yeah, today I had a loss. That sucks. And I don't think I can trade Tokyo tonight because I got to go to soccer. But yeah, I think that we're going to go back up here with the US30.